Your friends reveals your true character.
Yes.
Okay? The moment I interact with your friends, just several minutes, I will know what kind of a person you are. At one point, I was dating a lady, and she saw that I had a passion for youth ministries. Okay? And maybe she in a way thought, when you want to become a pastor, you know, what if God says that he wants you to become a pastor? You know, will you become one? I said, well, if God says so, why not? You know, so you have to, you know, you are not in the future.
Yes.
But suppose maybe something like that comes up, you have to show her that God is supreme over your decisions. I said, well, I don't see any issue. If God says that I need to become one, I just become one, you know. And she said, well, but then you're not thinking about me. For me, I wouldn't want to become a pastor's wife, you know. Like waking up early in the morning and start praying for people who are busy with their things. Maybe pray for their kids. Ati nani mtoto wa mama mwingine mgonjwa, amuka tumuombe, unaona. Ati sijui nani hawana chakula, sijui ati kuna. Me, I'm not for those issues.
Yes.
Me, I need a husband whom we will travel together.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you'll be watching this video. Welcome back to our channel, Tamara's family here, and we are back like we never left. As always, we are here because of marriage and relationship stuff and also inspirational content. And today we are about to have another session touching on marriage and relationship, and specifically dating for that matter.
Okay.
Yes. So we have a guest, our friend Carson. He was here last time. Tuliguzia kidogo about relationship. And today we want to get into details. And before we go there, I want to first of all pay my bills. I thank you very much B4M for allowing us to have this space to do these videos. If you're looking for somewhere we can get good photos, family photos, individual photos, B4M is the place to be. Mount Kenya region, we are the best. And also thank you very much AA Kenya for allowing us to have partnership with you, for giving us an offer to give our guests. If you are looking for someone who can get like the best deals when it comes to driving courses, come to AA, and also they have other services. I'm going to leave a link to their website in the description box so that you can go and check some of the services that they have. And of course, bado kuna tour packages that is a new product. Yes. So if you have ever gone, if you got your course, you're driving at AA, you have like the best deals you can get anywhere. I'm going to leave a link, bado, while you go and check some of the tour packages that they have. Masai Mara mulisema ni?
Around 8,000.
8,000?
Yes.
For how many?
2 nights?
2 nights?
2 days.
2 nights, 2 days. 8,000.
Yes.
Wow. So tukimbia pale, book yourself. You can also pay mdogo.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And then after completion, they go.
Kabisa. Kabisa. And then we also have an offer, free driving course. If you have a story about marriage, about your personal life, and you want to share, to number 1, to inspire, and number 2, to get that free course, these are an opportunity for you. Come here and share your story, and you stand a chance to have the free driving course. So without wasting much time, I want us to get into the story, into the session. Maybe kuna watu wajakuwa na wanakuwa for the first time. A little bit introduction.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Tamara.
Yes.
My name is Carson Kamundia. Like he said, I work for AA Kenya as a branch manager Nyeri, and that is the best place for you to come and train.
Yes.
And at the same time, I am also a married person, you know, and we are trying to push this journey together.
Yes.
We are trying to learn and unlearn.
Yes.
And to make sure that we are better prepared for this life.
Yes.
Yes.
So today we are talking about dating as a Christian. We had another session speaking of the same, but today I want to get it from someone who is married.
Yes.
You went through the process of dating.
Yes.
So what do you do? How do you prepare for marriage?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Tamara. How do you prepare for marriage? You know, as a young guy or as a young lady, you are there and you're wondering now, well, I think I've got a job, I have education, I have maybe some money, and I think what is missing is a marriage partner, or maybe there is one, and what are the steps? You know, what are the steps that we are supposed to take in order for us to have a successful marriage? You know, how do we start? You know, maybe that is the question you're asking yourself. And number one, you need to also know that before you go to a marathon, you know, these marathoners, we see them on TV running, but before they start a race, there is a lot of preparation that goes on. You know, they have to go on a hilly terrain, you know, make sure that they prepare, they acclimatize, you know, with humidity, maybe low humidity. They also have to acclimatize with using very little or meager oxygen. You know, they have to do really a lot. You have to run maybe 50 miles, you know, in order for you to build that consistency and to also have that resistance, you know. So the same way, for you to start driving on the road, there is a person that you have to, first of all, meet a driver to show you. You have to go to a driving school, you know, for you to get a certification and also maybe get the skills.
Yes.
Not different with marriage. Okay? So before you get into marriage, you also have to prepare in one way or the other. And practically, number one, it is to define what is marriage with your partner. Okay? Because there are people who come with different ideas about marriage. One will think that marriage is getting a partner to have sex with, you know, to have legal sex. Okay? You know, sex that you're not asked.
Yes.
Another one, it is an easier life because maybe you have been hustling as a lady, so you want a guy who is rich, so that now
you don't pay your bills.
Yes.
You avoid paying.
Exactly.
Avoid the cost.
Maybe someone now comes and covers your bills, so you feel like, well, I think marriage. Yeah, you hear people saying, for me, nimejaribu kila kitu, I think maybe vile nitafanya sasa nitaolewa, you know. So they think that is the easier way ya kwenda kumaliza stress za life, you know. So you have to define marriage as a person. To another person, marriage is a serious life commitment, relationship, you see. So you both need to define marriage and what do you want to draw from it. Okay?
Yes.
That is number one. Okay? Once you have a clear picture of marriage, it will be easier for you now to get into it.
Yes.
I don't know whether we are together.
We are together.
Oh, okay. So number two, you also have to know to gather wedding details. Okay? Of course, as a Christian, you begin your marriage with a wedding. Right? So you need to gather information about the kind of wedding that you want. Some maybe they want a very expensive wedding. Your partner maybe. Another one doesn't fancy that. Okay?
Yes.
So you need to agree, come to a point of compromise. What kind of a wedding do we want? And then maybe after the wedding, you need not take the failures of the wedding, maybe what was not done, into marriage. Because you could say, where you did not do this, you did not do that, if you did this, it would have been better. No. Just know that wedding is an event and marriage is a life experience. Okay?
Yes.
So you need to know the kind of wedding that you want. Then you prepare for it. I don't know whether we are together.
Yes, we are together. We are together.
Okay. Any question?
Yes. I have found that there's something that is common with young Christian ladies.
Okay.
Unaona, like a young man approaching a young lady, this Christian lady for proposal, maybe marriage.
Yes.
Then this lady anasema let's wait on God. I've never heard like a young man say, let's wait on God. So I wanted to know, how do you, is it about God or is it about being ready?
Okay. Thank you so much. Maybe whenever you hear a person saying, maybe I'm waiting on God, it shows maybe a person is not fully prepared, one part, and the other part is they also want to get clarity, clarity that this is something that I want to get into. Is this maybe the marriage relationship I want to get into? Is this the partner I want to settle life with? Because for them, they know that marriage is a life experience.
So that's what I'm asking. Is it God or is it about you being ready?
Okay, it's about you being ready, but at the same time, there is no bone of contention when a person says, maybe let's pray about it. Let's wait on God. But what are you waiting God doing?
You know the problem is, when you say waiting on God, now you have thrown that young man
into disarray.
Yeah. He doesn't know exactly what. Maybe when will God speak, or maybe what are we waiting exactly? I would rather have someone tell me, let's work on this.
Yes.
You get?
Yes.
Let's try to achieve this before we settle. That one, at least we can have like timeline.
Okay.
Let's work on this within this period of time.
Sure.
But if you say let's wait on God,
maybe it is a bit ambiguous.
Yes.
But if you are ready, if you are ready there, and maybe that is your answer, maybe to a young man, probably maybe you need to be a bit more clear and use a friendlier language, because maybe there is a language you could use, you put off this young man.
Yes.
Because they think maybe this one is extra spiritual, maybe.
Yes.
This is extra spiritual. I don't think maybe this is it. Okay. So you need to, even if you're waiting on God, you also show some signals of encouraging this young man to dig deeper. You encourage him. You show him that, well, maybe I'm also interested, only that maybe I want clarity, so you need to send some signals. But if you know that waiting on God is a way of telling a person no, please let your no be no. Yes, don't keep this young man. Let your no be no, and let your yes be yes. Okay.
Yes. So I want to come to that question, but before the question of spirituality in marriage, how spiritual is marriage? But before we come there, I want to ask you specifically, which are these areas do you think that should be in place before, as a man?
Yes.
Should be in place before you engage this lady?
Yes. Okay.
Tukisema mambo ya preparation, what exactly are you preparing, as in which areas?
Okay. Number one, financial matters, finances. Okay. So of course, getting a family or maybe getting into marriage, number one is a commitment in terms of your time, in terms of finances, in terms of many things. Okay, before you are feeding one stomach, now you will feed another, and maybe another. Maybe you are preparing to get one kid, God gives you triplets. Okay, so what happens after there? Okay, so number one, you need to have maybe you need to know where you're getting this money, maybe to run the family. I'm not saying that you need to have a lot of money maybe in your bank account, okay, but at least you need to have an idea that, well, this is a family, it needs to feed, it needs to dress, it needs a home, so ask yourself, do I have the capacity, do I have the capacity to run a family, to meet the needs of the family? You prepare in terms of finances. If you are a young man there, you don't have a job, start doing something, so that even if you want to settle down, it's not just settling down. There are responsibilities that are adding to the already existing ones. Okay. Still on the question of finances, you need to also talk maybe to your partner, the future wife, or maybe your future husband. You need to agree in terms of future finances, the present and the future. Are you a spender? Are you a spender or you are a saver? You need to be clear with that information, even as you define yourself. Am I really a spender Now I'm going to have a family, and when I get kids, one time they will go to school. So I need to have a culture of saving. You know, I need to start it if I've not begun it. I don't know whether we are together.
Yes.
Number two, you also need to agree on some of other things, like maybe, do you open a joint account? Will you be okay, you know, if we save in the same account? Okay, so there are some of us who take their financial issues so personal. Okay, you need to, first of all, as a young man, prepare to listen, you know, to listen and to loosen your stand on finances. It's not a one-man show now, it is a family at one point. So you need to prepare kuachilia hiyo kitu. I don't know whether we are together.
Yes, we are together.
Number two, you also need to prepare in terms of knowing the friends of your partner. Yes, you need to know their associations. At one time, okay, just create a meeting whereby she's going to come with her friends, or he's going to come with his friends, or maybe you go to their parties or something. You'll be able to understand your partner better. Because if I know your associations, the way they behave, you know, if there are people who do not have commitments with their jobs, you know, they are not serious, I will also know that you're also not
going to
serious.
Get serious with marriage.
Exactly.
Yes.
And your friends reveals your true character.
Yes.
Okay. The moment I interact with your friends, just several minutes, I will know what kind of a person you are. Okay. So as a young man, also normalize to spend time with your partners, your partner's friends, and family also. You also need to prepare your capacity in terms of handling in-laws. Okay. It is not just the lady that is going to come to you. There is also the aspect of family. Remember, she's coming from another family. Are you okay? How will you relate with them? You know, you prepare that in terms of capacity. Maybe on the same issue, I have a friend. His name is Willie. Willie was dating a lady, and one day he was going to propose to her that, you know what, I have decided that, well, you are the person. And a question just came from nowhere, and he asked the lady, well, I don't know whether it is good for me to say the real name, but let me just not say, let's assume that she's Mary, although Mary is not her name. That Mary, what do you think about family? Suppose maybe one day I send my sister to live with us, or maybe my brother happens, maybe they live with us. And the lady was so defendant, like, no, me, I don't like groups, I don't like associations, I don't like issues. You know, for me, I just like staying with my family in a private way, you know. And really thought about that issue, and he looked at himself. He knows that he's a people's person. Okay, people visit him. You know, he has a big heart for people. You know, for him, he doesn't mind. You know, he feels like he cannot stay a private life. He's a person who is so influential. People want to come. People want to visit and draw from his knowledge. So he was like, well, I don't think this is the kind of a person I want to be with. You know, just like that, he stopped proposing to this lady, and the relationship ended. Okay, so probably maybe he never said, no, we cannot do this, but he had an issue of proposing. But out of that question, he decided not to advance with this lady. Okay, so when get to ask about in-laws, okay, get to know whether you are ready to mingle with them, you know, because it's not only about her. The other issue maybe is management of time as a young man. Right now you are single. So you keep on watching, you go outside there to watch soccer, to watch football. Maybe you are a Man U fan, an Arsenal fan, a Chelsea fan. And other times maybe you are there partying and all that, you know. Well, you need to now start managing your time and adjusting accordingly, so that now when you get into family, you will know it's not all about you. It's also about your wife. Right now, I know as the Tamara, you know, so there is a time that you cannot stay, not unless you have a very commitment, a very, very hot commitment. You know, you cannot fail to go to your home maybe after 10.
Yes,
You cannot go to your home after 10.
Very true, very true. Yes. That's very true. Yeah.
And if you will do, she has to know where you are and maybe what you are doing, you know. But you as a young man, I know that you don't mind even if it is
even at 2.
Yes, and you're still very okay.
Yes, yes.
So you need to adjust the way you manage your time.
Still on the same, before I lose that question.
Yes.
There's that example you have given us, the Wheaties example. I think maybe I would have like a different opinion. I think as a young man who is trying to get into marriage, who is maybe preparing to get into marriage, don't you think you're supposed to be a bit flexible? Because now when you both of you probably, if you are rigid and there's what she knows and she doesn't want to be flexible, don't you think it's not possible to get someone who really matches you, like exact?
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to agree with you, maybe on the same issue, but at the same time we also have to know that people have different personalities, and maybe this is what young men should do. Okay, when you're dating, you need to define the non-compromise. You know, there are those non-compromise lists. Umeona? Say for example, mimi ujue mimi ni lazima niende gym. Umeona? That is, I must exercise. That is, for me, that is non-compromise. You know, so that the lady will know whether she can be able to do with this. Okay? And maybe a lady will tell you, ama wewe pia utamwambia ujue, my mom and me, we are friends. I go to our home maybe every month. That is a non-compromise.
Yes.
You know, so you need to have a list of non-compromise. Probably maybe really one of the list item in his non-compromise list is you have to be people loving. Okay, you have to be sociable, you have to be people loving, because maybe he defined himself, he knows that he's a ministry.
I'm a social person.
He's a pastor.
Right
Now he's a pastor.
I get.
But you see, as a pastor, what you're doing, that is a non-compromise, because you cannot fail to preach because you have gotten into marriage. Okay, so for me, yes, you need to be flexible. Yeah, are we together? But again, you also need to understand yourself. Okay, for example, again, let me give a short example. At one point, I was dating a lady, and she saw that I had a passion for youth ministries. Okay, and maybe she in a way thought, when you want to become a pastor, you know, what if God says that he wants you to become a pastor, you know, will you become one? I said, well, if God says so, why not? You know, so you have to, you know, you are not in the future.
Yes.
But suppose maybe something like that comes up, you have to show her that God is supreme over your decisions. I said, well, I don't see any issue. If God says that I need to become one, I just become one, you know. And she said, well, but then you're not thinking about me. For me, I wouldn't want to become a pastor's wife. You know, like waking up early in the morning and start praying for people who are busy with their things. Maybe pray for their kids.
Yes.
Ati nani mtoto wa mama mwingine mgonjwa, amuka tumuombe, unaona. Ati sijui nani hawana chakula, sijui ati kuna. I'm not for those issues.
Yes, yes.
I need a husband whom we will travel together. You know, she wanted, have that part of doing that. And maybe that's what she liked. But she didn't like the spiritual side of me. Okay? And you see, to me, that is an uncompromise. Yes. So we had to part ways. So right now, she's doing well. I see her in another country. No, taking photos. We are going this. We are going here. We are going. She's very happy. You know, she's very happy. And for me, I am okay. No, I am okay settling here and maybe talking to people. If God says I'm not a pastor yet, okay, but if God says that I become one, still I'm still on that point. Why not? Yes. So you need to define that list of non-compromise. But you don't define it when you are in marriage. You do it when you are dating before you get into marriage. Yes.
Wow. Hi, another issue is the issue of spirituality in marriage. Like this now, let's come back to the same issue. This lady who is saying, let's wait on God. now because we are married,
Yes.
do you think you should run a marriage? I don't know. How do I phrase this question? At which point do you become realistic as opposed to spiritual?
Okay. I think that is a very good question. Religion or faith is very important for you as a young man, for you as a young lady who is willing to get into marriage to consider. Okay. I give an example. One is a Muslim. Okay. So maybe love has brought you together, and the other one is a Christian. So but mmependana. Umeona? Then you assume, the Bible says that love covers a multitude of wrongs. So sometimes it's also blind when you're starting, okay? When you are dating, you don't even question. But I want to warn you that you need to have a serious discussion surrounding the issues of faith and religion, okay? Because issues of marriage emanates. And maybe the husband wants the kids to go to a mosque. It's on a Friday. But to you, a Friday is a working day. Friday is a day that maybe you are very busy in the office. Okay? And now your husband says that you take the kids.
Yes.
You will struggle. And for a time, maybe we'll try to do it. We'll try to compromise. But a time will come when you feel like you cannot take it anymore. Because again, you want to also grow with your kids in church. Okay? So maybe your kid gets sick. Okay? Your husband says, Ini anafaa kwenda hospitali.
Yes.
Na wewe mwenyewe unajua he is a spiritual matter. So we need first of all to pray for this kid. Okay? Then you don't agree. One thinks this is a hospital, number one. Priority in hospital. The other one thinks this is prayers. Okay?
Yeah.
So that is faith.
Yes.
So if you never defined your faith from the word go, itakuwa issue. Because a person atakuwa naona issues anasema, let's have faith that we shall get money. Then the other one will tell you, no, be realistic.
Let's look for money.
Yeah. Is God going to drop money here? And then and it will be a very contentious issue.
Yes.
Okay? So you as a young man, look for a person whom you are almost the same level in terms of spirituality. Because when they say that maybe you wait on God, you will be able to know whether this is escaping or whether they mean it.
Yes,
but
yes.
Ladies, don't do that. Okay? So be just open. Okay? There are some of the people who try to hide behind religion, okay, or maybe behind faith.
Yes.
You're trying to sound so much spiritual. Well, you know that you are not in for this young man. Just if you are not ready for them, just tell them, okay, for me, I'm not ready. Just move on. Okay.
Yes.
So don't say, well, we are waiting on God, while inside you know that you don't love this young man. Okay. So don't think that you are disappointing. Just be very clear that not now.
Not now.
Not now. Okay.
Yes.
So that you don't give this young man hopes, and maybe there is no hope. Okay. You feel like you are not ready for them. But if you are very serious that you are waiting on God, say maybe let's pray over this issue for a week. Then again, God is not an author of confusion. Okay.
Yes.
So God does not confuse. God gives you that assurance and peace of mind that this is the young man.
Yes.
So why keep on trying to play hard? Okay.
Yes.
But at the same time, as a young man, it's good for you to understand your partner.
Yes.
Because you could tell when they say maybe wait on God, you could tell whether this one is serious or whether this one is not serious.
Yes.
That is what I can say about that issue. I don't know whether we have exhaustively answered the question.
I think we have covered quite a lot.
Okay.
I wanted to ask this question as we wind up, because hizo the relationship na marriage, like
yes.
in betweens, hatuwezi maliza kwa nini moja. So is marriage like a God decision or it's your decision? Should you say, because this is my understanding, I stand to be corrected. I think God has given us the privilege of choosing.
Yes.
And I think marriage is not like a requirement. You can choose not to get married.
Yes.
So is it, do you think it's a personal decision? I mean, is it a God's decision or it's your personal decision?
Okay, that is pretty easy. Okay, marriage, though it was authored by God, okay, to our first parents, marriage is a personal decision. It's just from free will. Okay, you just stay there and feel like, well, I think I need a mate. Okay, I think I need to settle down. That is you. Okay, so what you do, we only seek God's blessings. Okay, and we only seek maybe parental blessings. It's not also about your parents. So there are people who marry because their parents have told them that you're getting old, you need to settle down. You know, there are some who get pressure from the society. Hey, model, what is happening? I think it's time. Kwani umekosa mtu tukutafutie, you know? No. A marriage should be personal decision between a lady and a gentleman. Okay, so you agree together to live together. Then you seek parental blessings and God's blessings. I don't know whether we are together.
Yes.
Then of course maybe I would feel bad if I don't maybe say this issue in preparation.
Yes.
So there are some questions that you need to ask yourselves, those people who are willing to settle down. Number one, the role of sex. Okay, so you will find that in marriage there are people who want it so much than others. Maybe the lady is so much into it and the young man is not so much into it. Okay, and if this is not addressed before, it can be an issue. So you need to be very clear when it comes to the role of sex in marriage. Okay, because sex is an integral part of marriage. The other question that you need to also be very clear in preparation for marriage is the size of the family. How many kids do we want? Okay, because you see, kids, like we said, it is a commitment in terms of money, in terms of finances, in terms of mind, you know, so you need to agree. Don't assume that your partner will dance the tune, your tune, in terms of we want this number of kids. Okay, so you need to be very clear when it comes to that. The other thing is location. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to live? So those ones are the questions that you keep asking one another when you are dating. So huyu maybe anapenda kuishi Thika. Unaona, mwingine maybe yeye career yake ni ya kuendaenda, anataka kuendaenda, you know, to survey. You go to South Africa, unaenda Uganda, mwingine unaenda wapi. You need to be very clear. Where do you need to settle your family? Okay, so that now you can be prepared in handling that.
Yes.
We talked about the in-laws, which is very important, but I must agree, some of these things you don't ask. You know, you create circumstances, you create things for you to learn and also prepare. For example, if you want to know the true character of your lady, as a young man, you say, well, I want us to go and shop. And when you go to shop, you go like maybe to Naivas supermarket or any other supermarket.
Yes.
You want to see the kind of things they pick. Tell them, well, we have 5,000 shillings, we want to shop. Okay, so the things that they pick, you will know what kind of a person they are. Okay, there's some who will tell you, well, I don't think we need this is too expensive. Okay, and we can get another one in a cheaper way but still serves the same purpose. Okay, you will know, hey, this one has a saving mind in her, but there is another one who will want to get the best. Probably don't judge them, because for them maybe they mind about quality. Okay,
yes,
so that now you start preparing the kind of a person that you're going to settle with. Okay, I'm not saying that is a reason enough to leave them, but it's good for you to be able to know the kind of a person you are settling with. Some of them
understand
they mind
whether I can deal with this,
yes,
or I can't.
Yes, some mind quantity, others mind quality. So even the things that you buy in the house, you will know. Huyu anapenda kama ni TV anapenda tu kubwa tu. Mwingine anapenda quality, anapenda photos za Samsung. Unaona? So that is one of the ways zenye itawasaidia kuishi pamoja. But again also I like the way I saw somewhere in your coverings you created a situation whereby you're asking one another hard questions. Scenarios that may happen in life.
Yes.
Disagreements. What do you do in the face of a disagreement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you create such scenarios before you even settle down. For example, there is that issue that you had a baby outside marriage before you settle down. You know, that was very good.
Yes.
And I guess we guys, you need to ask your partner, what if maybe I get depression and I'm unable to work? How will that be to you?
Yes.
Some will tell you, mimi siwezi kana mtu mwenye akona depression. Huyo ni mwenda wazimu huyo, you know. Mimi siwezi msaidia huyo.
Yes.
Umeona?
Yes.
Hawezi cover needs za family aje sasa na yeye ndio man in the house. Okay?
Yes.
So it will give you very important information that when something bad happens, this one is not ready to stand with you. Is not ready to stand with you. So itakusaidia kujua hapa is a no go zone.
Yes.
Okay, so you create scenarios
sure.
and disagreements. You can even say something that is not there. You know, as a Christian, you know, what is your idea about marriage? Do we want our marriage to be monogamous or polygamous? What if maybe at one time I decide to have a second wife? Umeona? Ama it happens that you find me in an extramarital affair. How will you get the information first? Okay?
Yes.
So that you see the tantrums they throw on you, okay? And maybe how they handle issues.
Yes.
So it will help you to know maybe how their problem solving skills. Okay?
Very true.
And know what to prepare. Because there are some things that happen that are very inevitable. Okay? So you create scenarios like that to be able to understand your partners and also your mental capacity.
Yes.
And lastly, it's all about mental, you explore your psychological health. Okay? So you need to define you as the Tamara. Okay?
Yes.
As the husband to your wife, you need to know yourself. Maybe whether you are, when ule mtua, short-tempered. Umeona? Your partner need to understand that. You need to be clear with her. Mimi yenyewe, this is how I am. Na wewe mwenyewe, before you settle down as a young man, you need to know your mental capacity. You need to know your psychological health. There are some people who are not very ready, not forgiving. Unaona? Not very quick forgiving. They take time. Okay? The others, when ukiwakwaza, hey, my friend, they can even burn the house. Okay? Yes. I know a lady who wakikwazana bwana yake anachukua nguo zote anaenda anachoma. You know, hasira iende chini. Unaona? That person is dangerous. That person can even decide to burn you. You know, because they love you, but sometimes it's not also love. It's good, but you also make decisions. Okay? So it's a decision that you make. Marriage is not just about a feeling. It's also about mental thinking. So you need to be aware of your psychological health. So that now, and also your partner's psychological health. So that whenever maybe you start exhibiting this sum of characters, you'll be able to understand. Unapata mostly ladies, they like panicking. So they need a calm person, a calm man. For example, on Sunday we went somewhere with a guy, and we were going to talk to students of Karatina University. And when we went there, the wife started calling. Hey, the kid is not well. She was panicking, and it is true the kid was not well, but the guy was well. I think monitor the kid well so that we see whether it's taking the kid to the hospital. And she kept on calling, and that's part of panicking. Some of them, they like panicking, but you as a young man, you need to know how is your wife, how is your partner to be, so that now you can be able to prepare and know how to handle them very well. Kama ni mtu short tempered, unajua huyu I think ni kunyamaza kidogo until issues cool down. Okay? Si kuenda na yeye juu. Kama ni mtu wa kupanic, you just calm down the situations, unaona, and understand them well. That way mtaishi vizuri na mambo itakuwa sawa. So those ones are some of the issues that you need to prepare before you get into marriage. There are many others, we cannot exhaustively say.
Yes. I think it's fair to say that there's no perfect marriage. There's no perfect like partner. You have to be ready to live with an imperfect being.
Yes.
Usikuwa na a lot of expectations. You know, there are those people who are looking for like perfect person. I mean, I want this man who is physically, this is what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Someone who has money, someone who has emotional balance, as in like an all-round person.
Yes.
But you can get someone who has maybe financially they are good, but in terms of emotions, maybe there's an issue.
Yes.
Maybe you find that somebody who probably has emotionally he's good, but finances no.
Yes.
So I think it's good to say that there's no perfect.
I agree.
Hakuna mtu perfect.
I agree. Because and I think that is how God created us. Otherwise, if God created us perfect beings, we wouldn't have a need of one another and his need. Why would we pray and we are perfect? You know, why would I call my wife, let's come here, let's pray about this situation when all situations are okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Very true.
Yes. So even in a marriage setup, God has to create some weaknesses so that now you start appreciating the strength of your partner, because it is through weakness they start exhibiting their strengths. Okay, whenever you are weak, that's why they are called helpers. They come to help you on your areas of weakness. At the same time, God has created some sense of insecurity, and that is why you come in as a security of the family. That you come, and also maybe they have insecurities in terms of leadership. Okay, God has created a void in terms of leadership. You find maybe there is something that needs only a very small decision to make, but they cannot make that decision before they consult you, because they feel like, well, it's not enough for them to do what they have to do. So they have to call you. You know, that's a void. That's God putting that in them as a weakness, so that the man can come and fill in there.
So it's about complementing.
Yes, complementing one another. That's the word. That is how God created us, to complement one another. So like you said, there is no perfect marriage. So when you are there and you're preparing, please just know that you'll never have a perfect mate. Okay? So they may be good looking, they may be having money, but you will find that there are areas that you need to grow together. You know, probably maybe they all have all that, but you find that when you go deeper, they have issues to do with maybe sex. Some of them don't have such feelings, and maybe that is what God has put in you in a high measure. In a high measure. So you sometimes you can get angry. What does he think he is? What does she think she is? You know, why can't he understand that I need this time? You know, such issues. So if you're not careful, you may get angry with one another, and that anger makes you make decisions that are not right. Maybe start an extramarital affair outside there, or maybe start disrespecting your husband. You know, he may have everything, but the issue of money inakuwa a bit elusive. So you need to be patient and gradually grow one another. And cover weaknesses of your partners. As a lady, prepare to become a cover to this young man. You know, because if you do not cover him, even when in their areas of weakness, they will be exposed outside there. Okay, and as a man, you need to also make sure that you secure your wife very well. You're able to secure her insecurities. You know, you compliment her. You appreciate what she does. Because whenever you appreciate her, her character is made evident. You know, she's even able to become more productive in the issues of life. Okay, but if you fail to compliment her, or you start comparing her, especially comparison, hey, that one can really hit bad. Okay, and make you know, she's like an ATM. You know, a marriage is like an ATM.
You only withdraw what you deposit.
Exactly. If you deposit good words, you'll get good words. Okay, don't expect you to go home. You've talked bad about your wife. You have made her angry and expect to have a great sex that night.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No. You have to start now working on it so that when that time comes, she'll be able to do that.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
The same case applies to the man. Don't anger him. You disrespect him and say, hey, nimekuaibisha kwa sababu nakupenda, you know, and expect him to appreciate that. No. Yes.
Wow. So I think we have had like good time. I think kama uko pale uko single, you're planning to get married, I think this information is very important for you. And I think it's also a good thing to like understand. Even when you're getting in a relationship, you need to ask yourself, what am I contributing? It's not just about what you're getting. Ndio. Naangalia this person sijui ako. Ask yourself, what am I contributing?
Yes.
I think that's fair.
What is your role?
What's your role? Yes.
Where do you come in?
Yes.
Where do I come in?
Yes.
So it's not a one-man show.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So thank you very much. And I think next time we will discuss about expectations and reality.
Yes.
You know, I had an interview with another lady. Nilikuwa namuuliza, what's your idea of marriage? I want this man who will love me 24/7. Someone who will be caring, someone who will be doing this. Now we look at maybe next time.
Yes.
We look at the expectations and the reality of marriage.
Ile mambo iko kwa ground.
In the ground.
Ground iko aje?
Is it possible to love this person 24/7? I don't think it's possible, but we will discuss into details.
Sure.
So I hope you guys are enjoying the show, and if you haven't subscribed, the best way to support this channel is to subscribe, like the video, so that it will be recommended to other viewers. And don't forget that we have an offer. I think most of you do lazima niwakumbushe. Come and share your story and you stand an opportunity to have the driving course with AA for free. And don't go usikimbie AA useme ati nisikia mko na free driving course. It has to be here. Kuja upatie na story yako hapa. Yes. So it's about inspiration. Your story is only inspirational when you share it. When you have it by yourself, haisaidii mtu. So thank you very much for watching to the end, and until we see you in the next video, God bless you and bye bye.
Sure.